Oh, indeed. Look, this word maybe doesn't apply to the whole of 2025. I suppose it could, but certainly for September and Heritage Month, vuur. The fire. We want to be standing around it. We want to be smelling the smoke, and we want the little droplets of fat to be falling down to create the best atmosphere ever. And I think someone who understands that, head chef and owner of Vuur Restaurant, Shaun Scrooby, one of our favorites. He is reinventing the iconic Boerie roll, juicy and absolutely braai season ready. And yes, we've got some sidekicks that might want to steal the main character energy this morning. So I'm on potato salad duty. I love you, Guy.
Hey, brother. How's it going?
Well, I smell you before I see you, and it's generally through a boerie or a ribeye steak or something like that. So, buddy, I am happy.
And you know, I leave the smell when I go.
Literally on our clothes,
exactly.
buddy. So this is a big thing. If you're going to play around in certain sanctuaries,
yes,
like Boerie, this
exactly,
is a sacred space. What's driving your elevation of the humble Boerie roll today?
You know what? I think at the advent of the last 15 years, Asian cooking has been coming so much into Cape Town, you know, so and in South Africa. So what we've done is we've given it almost like a little bit of an Asian twist to give it nice. You know, it's that time of the year when, you know, off comes the coats.
Let's brighten, let's lighten.
Exactly, yeah. Shorts, T-shirts, and what we want to do is the same with the good old Boerie.
I like that.
You know, great. Woolies makes it easy for us.
Oh, for sure.
Lovely sausage. I've put it onto the braai already. And of course, I think, you know, nice thing about the Boerie is it doesn't need much, you know.
Can you mess it up? What is key to getting a good, and I say juicy Boerie because I think that's what signifies. You've got beautiful meat in there. How do we get the most out of it?
You know, the great thing about a Boerie is that it is, you know, you've got a little fat inside. So you want to try and maintain the juices as much as you want. And all it basically needs is a little bit of salt. Now, you've got all the bastings and things that you can add to it as well, but I like it nice and fresh, just a little bit of salt to it, and to try and cover it so the skin, you know, it's almost like crust up and leave all the juice behind. So
and that's kind of the watchword with a lot of the red meat is you want to seal inside with a beautiful crust on the outside. Do what the brilliant butcher intended. Let the meat shine.
And it's got so much variety. Now, what we're going to do is you've got this beautiful, the ultimate hot dog roll. You know, it's a little bit bigger. I'm just going to toast it off one by one to, you know, it's like, again, put a little bit of crust to it. With that, we're going to do a bit of slaw.
Okay.
Now, this here is rainbow slaw. Very easy. Again, Willie makes it so easy for us.
And just into the Asian space, when you start playing in the Asian slaws, they've got a beautiful flavor profile.
You know, cabbage, coriander, carrots, you know, it's just so nice. And what we're going to do is take some of this pickled red onion. What you want is add a little bit of acidity. And, you know, it's got a bit of juice, and all I'm going to put in extra. It's already
got... You have to do it with chopsticks.
No, you don't have to, but, you know, I just want to be bloody fancy,
man.
you know,
Say yes, you've got
because
it.
I can, you know. Then we've got Asian dressing. It makes it, it's got all the flavors, sesame seeds, got so much going in there. And again, the acidity that we want to make it.
Why is that so important? When you look at something as fatty, and we've got a beautiful big slab of Boerie there, why is it so important? Why is it such a good marriage, the Asian acidity, the way that cuts through the grease?
You know, exactly. That's what you want. You know, you don't want something to be like sit over here. You know, my wife always says to me, like, geez, you know, eat a little bit less, you know, because it's going to sit here for the summer bod. But so that freshness cuts through the fattiness of the meat itself. So we're just going to mix that through. Asian dressing, really, really easy. I mean, it's, you know, Woolies does it for you. It makes it, you know, you don't have to do much.
And you'll understand when I delve into the potato salad, I'm so glad they pushed the boat out there. Just on the notes of toasting buns, we might have...
might have toasted a little bit too much. You might have pulled a Graham there
in that sense. But, and that's what it looks like every day. But for me, I find if I'm making burgers or if I'm making hot dogs where there's a saucy component, a little bit of a toast off on the flat iron, absolutely vital.
Exactly.
It just it gives it a bit more backbone, a bit more body to hold those sauces. And
I think my sausage is done. It's still nice and juicy on the inside.
Wow,
you know, it's got like a little bit of a crust inside. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to have to help me because you can't only have, you know, and I'm just going to almost burn my second bun here. We don't want that. You know, we can't have only a Boerie, you know. So, again, Woolies makes it easy for us. A staple potato salad.
Look
you know,
at that.
very, very easy. And all we're going to do is just elevate it a little bit more by putting that extra touch. So if you just pop it for us into that bowl, and then, because it's already most of the ingredients.
Well, it almost feels like it's garnished. And when I made this earlier, and then I put it back into the packaging just to impress you, I was noticing, because we do feed off the colour component, the textural component, and with something that's creamy like a potato salad, you've got to have crunch and texture.
Exactly.
I think that's absolutely vital. I'm going to...
So you've got a little bit of pickled red onions again in there, which I think is great. And all I want you to do is maybe pop on the stove for us. There we go.
What sort of heat are we looking for?
Just low heat, very, very low heat, because you're not going to add almost like a bit of nuttiness and smokiness to that. And all I'm going to ask you is put a little bit of that smoked paprika inside, and then, exactly, that's perfect. And then a little bit of olive oil, mix it in there. You almost like create a slurry. Ooh, and that slurry is just going to be to coat the nuts. You know, I'm a bit nutty, but...
That's why you fit in so well.
That's why I do the braai every day. You know, and so while you do that, I'm going to start building my boerie roll here. So you could almost see that it's like that paprika is like getting coated, and all we're going to do is take that nut and seed sprinkle, add it in there, coat it nicely, and that's going to be the one that slowly but surely just adds that smokiness and elevate the potato salad.
And the mouthfeel, you're going to get the textures, but the danger here is with these sprinkles, they are so delicious, they kind of feel like a little snack. And if you taste test before you put it onto the salad, then you're generally left with like 2 peanuts to put on the salad. So just some just mental strength, okay, when you can.
All right.
It smells amazing.
So while you do that, I'm
just
adding slowly but surely with my chopsticks, you know, because I want to be fancy. Add a little bit of that rainbow salad to it. We've got this other toasty bun, but you know, burning is not at the end of the world, because I'm still going to eat it.
It's the sacrificial lamb. And there has to be one on every braai.
Exactly. You know, every chef messes it up, but you know, the great thing is, the day that I lost my hair, I started like not to care.
Caring less, man. Did it happen around a fire is what I want to know.
Exactly, you know. And the great thing with this rainbow salad is like you just pop up the burn and there's no problem, you know. What you want, again, you know, is, I mean, there's so many of these chefs these days that says, oh, the burn is char, but, you know, we just really, really mess it up and then try and sell it. So it's not a bad thing.
Wow.
You've got that now.
That looks amazing.
Looks really nice. And that smokiness is going to be so hectic. And all I'm going to do is just add up my little bit of extra pickled red onion on here. I think it's so nice, and because it's going to be flavorful, you know, don't worry, Graham, I'm going to eat the Bernie one.
Well, such as the braai masters right, or penance. The funny thing is, it'll probably still be the best boerie roll I've ever had.
So,
final.
The thing is almost like the pièce de résistance, you know, to this thing is this chili crunch.
The king of the kitchen.
I believe that, you know, a kitchen should not be without this, because it almost like gives you that a little bit of the kick up the bum that you really need.
Especially this weekend.
Exactly.
We're going to need the brides to be strong, my friend. So, I love you for this. This is absolutely beautiful. And the funny thing is, any one of these little level ups here will take it to that restaurant quality space that you want. And we get to steal all the kudos while Woolies has done all the hard work. Shaun, you're an absolute genius, buddy. I love you for what you represent during Heritage Month. Let's do this country proud. When it comes to a great braai, there are no limits, only what we see. So just go out there and embrace it. There are legendary flavors that we need to embrace. So elevate every braai session with a Woolies Braai Great. And you can see on this table quite a few to level up with. Find all your essentials for the braai in-store, online, or on the amazing app. And go and visit Shaun at Vuur, please, if you want to see how this is done. Buddy, thank you so much. Happy Heritage Month. We'll see you in just a mo.
No wood, still a braai. But no rugby.
Still a braai. But what if there's no meat?
Still a braai. What if it's outside South Africa?
It's not a braai if there's no Woolies.